Hello guys, welcome once again. In this video I will show you how to use OpenFileDialog with your Visual Basic Windows form application. So I have this basic project which I have one form, and I have taken a button and I have changed the text of this button as OpenFilePath, and I will also take a text box from here and place it here, and what else I need is a OpenFileDialog. So I will go to the toolbox and search for the OpenFileDialog. Here it is, and I will drag and drop into the form, and you will notice that this will go below your form because it's not a part of your form, it's not visible in your form. Okay, and you will notice also that you have this OpenFileDialog 1 name for this OpenFileDialog. Okay, now I will select my button and double click it, and here I will write a condition. So I will write if OpenFileDialog dot show dialog, and it has automatically created then, but I don't want then, is equal to dialog result dot okay, and then if this is okay, so what this sentence is doing is it will open the OpenFileDialog, and if the result of the file dialog or the path of which we have selected from the OpenFileDialog is valid, then it will execute the piece of the code which we want to execute. So here we will copy the path of the file we will select from the OpenFileDialog and show it in the text box. So I will write text box 1, which is the name of my text box, dot text is equal to op OpenFileDialog 1 dot file name. Okay, so now I have written this piece of code, and let's see what it does. So here is the form. When I click the button, it opens the OpenFileDialog, and I can choose any file, for example this text file, and when I click open, it copies the path of the text file into my text box. Okay, now it's done. There are some other properties which you can set with this OpenFileDialog. For example, just select your OpenFileDialog, and first of all we can change the title of the OpenFileDialog. So for example we write open file, and you can also set the initial directory of the file. So just go to the property called initial directory, and here for example I want to set this initial directory as C file, so I can write C colon and backslash. Okay, this is the initial directory I want to open. One other thing you can do is you can filter your files. For example, you only want to open the text file, then you can set a filter for the text file from here also, or you can set the filter for the text file in this button click event also. So what you can do is just double click this button and just make a space above this if condition and below this button click event, and just copy this OpenFileDialog 1 and write dot filter is equal to, and give this double quotation, and here you can write the filter for your file. So for example you can write text file. This is the text which is given by you, so you can give any text here, but after this we give this pipe or sign, and we give star dot txt. So what this means is the OpenFileDialog will filter all the files which it sees with the extension of .txt. Now for example you want to see also the PDF files, then just write this pipe, vertical pipe once again, and write PDF uh, files, which is an optional text which is given by you. So this text can be anything, but the extension, so after that give one more pipe and then write star dot pdf. So it will open the every file, or it will filter every file which has the extension pdf. Right, now when I run the program and when I click this button, you can see here it can see the text file which is set by me, and it can see the PDF file which is set by me. So you will be able to only see the text file and the PDF files, right? So let's search if I have some PDF or text files. So I will go to some folder which can have the PDF file. So I will choose the filter for PDF files here, and now you can see I can see only the PDF files and not any other files. Or if I want to search for the text file which I don't have here, then it will filter for the text files, right? But it's searching for the PDF file because this folder contains only PDF files and other files which are not text files. And if you want to choose all the files, what you need to do is just go here and give this pipe once again and write all files, and once again the pipe, and write star dot star. It will show you all the files with all the extensions, right? So once again I will open the file dialog, and now when I choose here all files, it will show me all file extensions, this extension. Or when I go to other folders, it will show me other file extension which I was not able to see earlier, right? So you, in this way you can set the filters. Now there is one more good property here in this open file dialog, which is you can select multiple files. So let me demonstrate how can you select multiple files. So just click this text box and let's make this text box multi-line. Okay, so it can show multiple lines, and then just select this open file dialog and search for the property called Multiselect. By default it's false, so make it true, and now you will be able to select multiple files. Now what you need to do is you can go here, all the code will remain same, but in here what you can do is instead of OpenFileDialog1 dot file name, you just need to give OpenFileDialog1 dot file names. So we have added this extra s to the file, and you can just give plus sign here, so it will just give you the path one by one, or it's better to show it in the message box, then it will demonstrate it better. So let's make a message box. So I will create a message box dot show, and in the message box we will give the extension or all the files which we have selected. And now when I run the program, it's showing me some error. Let's see what the error is. Okay, so now I can see the error because I am selecting the multiple files, so I need a kind of a loop to iterate all the files. So what I will do is I will create a for loop for x is equal to 0 to open file dialog 1 dot file name dot count, and then just press enter and just copy this message box message, and in this file, after this file names, just pass this variable x from here, right? And this should be file names instead of file name. So this is a very long code, so if you want you can just pause the video and copy all the code. And now when I run the program and when I click this open file path, I can select multiple files from here. Let me select all files first, and for example I want to choose 1 2 3 4. By pressing Ctrl button I can select multiple files, and when I click open it will show me first file which I have selected, then it will show me the path of second file which I have selected, then the path of third file, and then the path of fourth file, right? So in this way you can also select multiple files with your open file dialog, right? And I have noticed that it has given me the error because this is counting from 0, so we must minus 1, do minus 1 from here, because it was counting open file dialog count plus 1 because it's starting from 0. Okay, so just add this minus 1 after this count. So in this way you can use open file dialog with your Visual Basic Windows Form application. I hope you have enjoyed this video.